You've probably heard people say things like blockchain technology or the blockchain as if it's one big thing. But what is a blockchain really? And why has it become one of the most important innovations in modern computing? Let's break it down in a simple and clear way. At its core, a blockchain is essentially a special kind of database. But unlike a normal database controlled by one company, a blockchain is shared across thousands of computers all around the world. That means that everyone keeps a copy, everyone validates updates, and no single person or organization controls the whole thing. That is what makes blockchains trustless. You don't have to trust a company to maintain the data honestly. The network enforces it automatically. So why is it called a blockchain? Well, because the data is stored in blocks, and each block is cryptographically linked to the previous one, thereby forming a chain. Here's the simple version of how it works. A block contains a list of recent transactions. Once the block is full, it gets sealed with a unique cryptographic fingerprint called a hash. That hash depends on the data inside the block, so if anyone tries to change anything, the hash changes as well. Each block contains the hash of the block before it. You get a long chain of interconnected blocks, making the entire history extremely hard to tamper with. It's like a digital Jenga tower. If you try to pull out a block or edit something in the past, the entire structure breaks. And how does the blockchain stay in sync? This is where consensus mechanisms come in, which are the systems that blockchains use to agree on which block comes next. You've probably heard of proof of work, used originally by Bitcoin, or proof of stake, used by Ethereum today. If you want to learn more about those consensus mechanisms, go check out the previous videos I made about them on my channel. So these mechanisms let thousands of people reach agreement without central authority, a breakthrough computer scientists once believed was impossible. The Harvard Business Review even described blockchain consensus as the first practical solution to achieving trust without intermediaries. That's where the magic lies, in that the network maintains itself on its own. There are three powerful ideas that blockchains introduced which make it so revolutionary in the context of data exchange. But before we look at them, please consider subscribing and liking this video if you haven't already. It helps to get it in front of more people, and it really helps me a lot. So the first thing blockchains brought to the forefront of data exchange is transparency. This means anyone can verify the history of the blockchain. Nothing is hidden behind closed databases or companies. The second thing is immutability. Once data is added to the blockchain, it's incredibly difficult to change. That makes cheating or rewriting history almost impossible. And the third point is decentralization. That means that no single computer or server controls the system. If one computer goes offline, the network keeps running regardless. But blockchains aren't perfect. They can be slower than centralized databases. They can require specialized hardware depending on the system. And many blockchain projects today are only partially decentralized. But despite these limitations, the core idea remains revolutionary. A blockchain lets people all over the world maintain a shared database without trusting each other and without relying on a central authority. It's a foundation that Web3, cryptocurrencies, and decentralized networks are all built on. So to summarize, a blockchain is a shared, tamper-resistant ledger, which is secured by cryptography, run by a global network, and maintained through consensus. It takes power away from the centralized institutions and gives it to the network and to the users. I hope you enjoyed this blockchain explainer. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.